Hello guys, and welcome to the last upcoming updates video for DayZ Standalone for this year. Now in 2016 we had two stable updates for DayZ, but these were two massive updates. We had 0.60 and then of course the 0.61 update that just came out, and that's what they're talking about here at the beginning of this status report, saying that this 0.61 update is now on the stable branch. There is some issues with it, like the VoIP volume, supersonic cracks, container contents desync, and infected footstep volume, and also the statuses for your character being stuck, and a few more. So they will be doing more experimental updates with 6.1 and trying to get some of those fixes out on the stable branch during the regular scheduled maintenance that happens on Wednesdays. And here we have two lists. The top one is looking at the current experimental branch, which is a different version from the stable, and it has some fixes and adjustments to some of those issues that we talked about. Also, the list at the bottom is a list of future changes that they will be trying to get fixes out for on the experimental branch before pushing those out to stable. Next, they talked about the three pillars of character value. This is looking at lifespan and activities. The first one is visual representation of your character appearance, so basically like a beard, scars, bloody hands, things like that, which will have a connection between your character and the world. The second pillar is the stamina system. Now this is kind of interesting. They said with the stamina system in place, sprint wouldn't be intended for traversing long distances. They said that's what vehicles would be for, and I'm hoping by the time that the stamina system is in, I'm hoping that bikes would be in as well, because it's kind of going to be a pain, in my opinion, if the stamina system is in but we don't have bikes. So hopefully that kind of lines up right and we get the bikes as soon as or before we get the stamina system. But they continue to go on and say that it will be an important factor for fleeing from dangerous situations that you may encounter, and also it said that keeping the character alive longer will benefit from being able to carry more load until the penalty for overload in terms of shortening available stamina strikes in. So if you are carrying a lot, then you won't have as much stamina, of course, and you won't be able to sprint as long as you would be if you were carrying less. The third pillar is soft skills. Now they said soft skills should not be mandatory, however they should reward long-living dedicated characters and reflect their past actions. They talked about a system where basically there is a bar when you spawn in, that bar is at the middle, it's neutral, and then the actions that you do in game will cause it to swing either way, towards precision or roughness, depending on what you do as you're alive on your character. Now this bar that they're talking about is called the specialty spectrum, and they said that different actions that you do will be placed on different sides of the spectrum. So basically transfusion is looked at as a precise action, and CPR is a rough action. Performing different actions in game will be moving the specialty dynamically towards one pole or the other, and depending on where you are on the specialty spectrum, you'll be able to benefit from different things, like being able to do different actions in shorter time, having to use less materials than other people, and also using less tools compared to other people. So that's how this will benefit you. They're not trying to make it where it's something that's mandatory for players to do, but it's more of just something that will help you depending on what actions you do in game and what your role is. So let's say if you're the person in your squad that always has saline on them and bandages, the more you do that, the more that you perform those actions, the quicker you get at it, the less materials that you'll need in the future to perform that action, and it will benefit you in that way. So it's a cool system. I look forward to learning more about this and seeing where they end up taking it and what we will get in game once it's implemented. Now they did mention vehicles in this status report, and they said that they've made some progress with synchronization. It's still not perfect, and that we will experience micro teleportation during driving when this hits the experimental branch. So when vehicles are added back into the experimental branch, we may experience that. Currently there is just one known blocking issue, and that is related to passengers not being able to get out of the vehicle sometimes. They do not want to give any promises, but it is their target to get these vehicles out on the experimental branch before Christmas, and if that doesn't happen, then this is going to be the #1 priority heading into next year. Finally, I just want to take some time to say thank you to you guys that watch these videos, the upcoming update series, the upcoming game series, my other videos, my live stream. Thank you guys so much for the support this year. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more content in 2017. If you guys have any suggestions or any comments to make, feel free to always leave a comment down below. Send me a tweet on Twitter, anything like that. Send me a message, and if I can get to it, I will read it. Thank you guys so much for all the support as always. I appreciate what you guys do and all the support that you show to these videos and to the channel. I hope that 2017 will be a great year for all of us, and I'll see you guys in the next video.